Yeah. What's up, family?
What's up,
What's
KC?
happening?
Dulce Maria, Judy, Ra, front and center. Appreciate you guys
All right.
for being in attendance.
The gang is here.
Indeed,
What's
they
happening,
are.
everybody? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. And rather creators in the house. Because you know what? When we here, she here.
Love it.
Oh, that is for real. Ra is here every time. And we sure enough appreciate you, Ra.
Yes,
Sure enough appreciate you. So most definitely. Now see Judy Dulce Maria. She is here. All right. Y'all up in here early. That's right. Because if when you're on time, you're late. That's that old saying my coach used to have when I was playing ball. Said, y'all make it to practice on time. You late.
Yeah.
Because the ones that was dedicated got there early and worked out.
I think every coach said that. Literally,
right.
Every coach I had said the same thing.
Right. So I was one of those stubborn ones, boy. I man.
Sounds like
I think about some stuff that I did back then, and I'm just like, boy, was I stupid. I didn't know squat. So,
thank goodness for growth.
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Melvin Reed? Melanated Diasporan. What's happening? Third Eye Open. Queen M. It's delicious.
What's up?
What's happening? All right. Well, let's get this party started. So I am Reginald Ku Akaru, and I'm the founder of Kemetic Centered Living. And I have my sidekick here, Boy Shay Martin, my daughter. So what's up, daughter of mine?
What's up? I am Boy Shay. As he said, sidekick, astrologer, numerologist extraordinaire, here to help guide souls toward their highest potential.
All right. And I help those who are transitioning from Christianity to African and Kemetic spirituality to live life boldly, authentically, and unapologetically on their terms without guilt or shame. Because that's what it's about. We has got to live it, y'all. Yes. Life is to have fun. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
You know?
Savor every moment. Live it to the fullest.
Exactly. Live it to the fullest and live it up.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, and you got to do that, you know. So I have a little presentation tonight, and I want to show people how, because we get to talking about so many spiritual ideas, and they just seem to be like woo woo, just way out there, and it's like they have no practical application in our life. But I want to bring something to you tonight that helps you to recognize that when we say that you're a soul having a human experience, that it means something, okay? And that it's just our natural state, all right? So like and I'm going to be having some notes here, guys. So I might not see your questions and stuff. So you might want to hang on to your questions until I get finished, and then we can go for it. Okay. So just have them up there and have them ready. All right.
Yeah, I see a couple already. Justin Linfors, we'll get to you. Okay. And what's
up? All right. Just he came in smoking.
Yeah, ready.
Right. Came in hot. All right. So like as Christians, like we were taught that, you know, the soul is something that you experience when you die, you know, and that is the farthest thing from the truth, because the deal is you are a soul having a human experience. Okay. So you are always experiencing life. And as a soul, you actually experience within the physical body. And you have perceptions that we in the physical body experience, but we don't always recognize them as they're coming from the soul. Okay. So it's just so natural that we don't always recognize it, or we just take it for granted because we don't know what it is. And we just assume that it's just a natural thing. It just happens. Okay. But the soul uses its natural perception even while we are physical, even while we are awake, even while we are alive and in the physical body, okay? So it's always using its perceptions. Okay, we just have to be able to tune into them because a lot of times they're very subtle. Okay, am I right, daughter?
Yes,
The
indeed.
soul perception can be very subtle. You
Yeah, on
know,
the money. Yep.
well, a lot of times when we want something like we want horns and voices and all that stuff to just
Yeah.
like pop go off in our head, you
Yeah.
know, that's not how it works. Okay, not all the time. You know, it that can be, but that's usually not the case. All right. Now, understand that the soul in its natural state is timeless. It is in infinite time, or it lives within infinity, meaning there is no time. Okay, so it doesn't experience time like we do while we're in the physical body. All right, that is a construct of our brain. All right, but there are times when we experience this infinity, but we don't always recognize it. And let me give you one of these times or a couple of these examples to show you how this works, okay? And how natural that it is, all right? So, like what y'all all heard the saying, time flies when you're having fun, okay? We've all had that happen. It's like we're sitting up, we're doing something, having fun. Man, you might be just in the arms of your lover. And man, it just seems like time is just like standing still, or at least the clock has passed by so fast. But to you, it just seems like it's only been moments. All right. That's a time when you're actually experiencing your soul's perception, is when that time is passing, it seems to swoop by so fast. You're literally experiencing the soul's perception because in those moments you are in joy. Okay, you're living life joyfully, you're enjoying yourself, and it seems like within you time slows down. Okay, that means when you're in joy, you're moving closer to the infinite experience of the soul. Okay, and time is just slowed to a crawl. But on the clock, on the wall, you see objectively that the clock has spun around, or the hands or time has moved forward, and a lot faster than you perceived that it did. Okay. So in those moments, you're perceiving it as a soul. All right. So when you're bored, it's the opposite. You're farther away from infinite time, and it seems like the clock is just moving so slow. It's like I mean, God, you might be in hell. You was in church. Y'all know how it is when we was in church, and we be like, when is this dude gonna get finished? Or when is this woman gonna get finished?
Like I'm ready to go.
Right. I'm ready to go. Like, I got stuff to do. I mean, it's only 5 minutes. It seemed like 5 hours. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you're in church, that's the way it felt, a lot of times. So, but that's because subjectively to you, you move farther away from that infinite time. So understand that when you are living your life in joy, you actually age slower.
Yes.
You actually, when you're doing the things that you enjoy day in and day out, you age slower. You look younger. It's just, it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Okay. So trust me.
The key to youth right there. The key to the youth is being in joy.
It's the key to exactly. So live life in joy. Live it in joy. And what I just explained is your subjective experience is scientifically today we call that what Einstein talked about was his theory of relativity, how time is relative to us. Okay, in other words, it is a subjective feeling. It is not really the reality of the soul. Okay, when you're in the arms of your lover, time seems to just like speed by. Time flies. Okay, because you're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying that time. All right. I mean, Ooh. Hold on, I was just remembering this
Flashback.
weekend. Damn. Y'all excuse me.
Last night, look, bring it back down here.
Come back. Okay, I'm tripping. But anyway, but subjectively, time is just something that it clocks within us, okay? And the closer that we are to the perception of our soul, the quicker time seems to pass, but the less that we age. Okay, so that's a powerful thing.
Man, I love the way you put that together. Mm-hmm.
One of the other ways that, and this is again, I'm trying to bring this stuff, what we call spiritual stuff, to reality, to application for you to understand what's happening. Okay. Another way that we do this is the soul recognizes stuff and events via association. Okay. And this is what I mean. So we in our linear time, we recognize events by, the next minute, the next hour, the next day, and so on. Okay. But there are times when we can recognize, and y'all have talked to us about this, me and Voice a lot of times, is when you start to recognize a sequence of numbers one day, the next day, one day you recognize 111. The next day, you recognize 111. A week from now, you might recognize 111. Okay? But understand what's happening is that that's something that you call what we call synchronicity. Okay? And what synchronicity is when you recognize an event or an experience that is associated via vibration and frequency. Okay? They are connected. No matter whether it's an hour ago, a day from now, or a week from now, when you see 111 each time, they are associated by your frequency. They are associated by your vibration. They are connected outside of time and space, but you objectively recognize them within time and space. Okay? So that's how you can see, that's how you can recognize, again, how the soul can perceive, or how you can recognize your soul's perception. It's just so natural, we take it for granted. Okay? So another example of this, and Voice, I'm sure you can help me with this one. You hear a song that you might a song that you heard or are familiar with. Okay? It might have been some music you was listening to while you was with your lover. Okay? Next week you hear that song and then you do like me.
Flashback. Yeah.
Flashbacks. Okay.
No, yeah.
And you start to memorize or remember the experience that you were having when you were with your lover, when you were listening to that song. Okay.
Definitely. That time, music does make me time travel in that sense.
Bingo.
Sure. And if you think Scorpio, y'all love to use playlists to commemorate times, or make a moment in time special. Yeah. So y'all.
Girl, you're talking my stuff.
Yeah.
You're talking my stuff.
I love it. Yes.
So yeah. But what happens in that time is that your memories are then they're out of time at that point. They're out of linear time, and they become associated with that song. Mm-hmm. So that's how we connect to events outside of time and space, is through association. When you dream, okay, and I'm giving y'all some deep shit right here, right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
When you dream, your dream events seem weird a lot of times because they are associated via emotion and vibration. Understand, your emotions equal your level of vibration, okay? But they're associated by time by vibration and not by linear time. So the events can like that song that brings stuff to your imagination in that moment, okay?
And let
the
me
events are associated. What's
yes.
that?
And even that flashback that you just had, that was your consciousness going to that memory or to that time. Like that's where you were. And that's why I was like, bring it back, because you wasn't here. Your consciousness was there. So in that sense, you did time travel or go back to that moment in time because it exists right now. You just had to
Yeah.
summon it in your memory via that emotional charge.
Exactly. And and really and truly, you're not in the past, you're in the now. So you're literally bringing that
Mm-hmm.
to your now because there's only now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the paradox of time. Is
Yeah.
that when you say that you're remembering something, when are you remembering it?
Right now.
Right now.
And there was I can't remember where I heard this from, but they were saying yesterday and tomorrow only exist in your imagination.
Yep.
All we
Yep.
got is right now.
All you have is now. Because whenever you bring something to your mind and your memory, you can only bring it right in that moment in the now. I don't care if it is what you term it a past memory. When you're memorizing, the paradox is that it is only right now. So it is a current event, and it makes you experience that event in the now. If it's something that made you angry 5 years ago, guess what? You're angry right now by reliving that event if you haven't discharged it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you haven't healed it, you're going to react to it again the same way. All right. So again, that's how how the soul perceives through association and through vibration. Okay. Through our emotional vibration. Okay. So that's how you can look at this. Again, it's just something so natural that you don't always recognize it. Okay. So understand associative, okay? That I'm trying to find that doggone deal. Understand associative and via vibration. So the soul perceives not in linear time, but things that are associated to our experience. That's why that's why the heart doesn't know time and space. Okay. You can connect the people across lifetimes through your emotional vibration, through your emotional connection to them. Okay. You know a soul by the way they feel, not by the way that they look.
Yeah.
Okay. That's powerful right there.
Yeah. That was a gem. That was a gem. You dropping it on them today. Woo! Every day, really, but
that makes me want to go. Anyway.
Okay. Move.
Yeah. but so that's what I want to express to you. So a lot of this stuff, again, it's just so natural, okay, that you don't always recognize what's happening, or you just haven't had it explained to you. But these ideas you can also use to apply in your life, guys. It's not just information that I'm just throwing out to you. I'm giving information that if you learn what it is and how to apply it, then it can be something that really can be helpful for you in your day-to-day life. Okay. So this idea that you can only experience a soul when you die, it is a limited way to think of yourself. Because again, you're a soul having a human experience. Okay. So this stuff is always happening. Now, if these are ideas that you want to learn and you want to learn how to use, okay, you can join the KCL family, and I've literally created now a new membership with KCL where you can start to learn these ideas, okay, and you can literally join the. Thank you for putting that up, Voice. You can literally join and become a member of the KCL family, okay. And what you're going to do, what you're going to get is you're going to get the secrets behind the secret. I mean, we know, I'm sure many of you have heard of the law of attraction and stuff like that. But that stuff is African spirituality, is ancient, okay? But there is so much information that you can use that is so relevant to your daily experience that is so powerful. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can learn how to decode the hidden knowledge or the esoteric knowledge in the Bible. So there's going to be content there that you'll learn how to do that. Okay.
Yeah.
You gain access to a community of like-minded individuals. All right. You're going to get access to my courses, the African Spirituality Before Christianity, the Ultimate Guide, African Spirituality for Beginners, and my African Mind Rewire course. So all of those things are going to be connected to you under that umbrella, and you get immediate access to it. Okay. And when I put out new content, because there's videos and stuff that I don't put on YouTube, that the knowledge is just, I know that it needs to be reserved for the people that have gone through my classes and are connected to Kemetic Centered Living, because people wouldn't understand it. Okay, it wouldn't make sense. I already get enough arguments from people that want to come in and debate stuff, just stupid stuff, because they don't know, and they're ignorant. And I mean ignorant in the terms of they just don't know, not trying to degrade them or anything like that. Ignorance means not knowing. Okay. But you'll get exclusive content and stuff like that. So you can go to jointhekclfamily.com and you can get immediate access to that content and stuff. But that's basically it. So Voice, if you got anything you want to add to that?
I was just gonna say that I love the way that you break it down and simplify it so that it can be practically applied versus a lot of teachers who talk over your head or use this big lingo or language. You really make it to where it's digestible, easy to understand, and easy to use in a way that really resonates. So really
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and that's important to me too, because I know I've been, trying to learn from people who don't know how to teach.
Yeah, right.
And really they don't know how to teach it because they really don't understand it.
Right. Haven't lived it. Yeah. Practicing.
They haven't practiced it. They haven't lived it. And all they're doing is just a what do you call it? Just a
regurgitation.
Yeah, it's just they're regurgitating it. And it's just academic. That's what I was looking for. It's just something. Oh, let's see. Let me read this right here. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. So let me repeat that back.
Right.
Okay. No, I don't give you academic. I give you practical application and teach you. So where other people talk about spirituality, I teach you how to spirituality. And it's not like the religious idea of you're trying to be so holy and so like, I don't want to get in trouble, so I better not do this, and I better. Hell no. Live.
Yeah.
Live life. Enjoy it. Make mistakes and learn from them.
Yeah.
Because that's what life is about. Life is about enjoying, making mistakes, and you learning from your mistakes. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Michael Peaks is in the house. What's up, Michael Peaks?
What's up?
As he's priming the pump, says, much love, family. If y'all aren't signed up to the course, what y'all waiting on? Change your life for yourself. Hello. Thank you, Michael Peaks. It's real. It's real. So join the KCL family. Come on with it. All right. Thomas Turner gave $4.99. Thank you, Thomas. Definitely appreciate you. All right. Yes. All right. Now, if y'all got questions, all right, y'all coming fast and heavy. Thank you, Rawlicious. Says priming the pump with KCL is like playing the lottery and winning every time. Hello.
I love it.
I love it. It is amazing. And I see Ramonica's in the house. She gave $5.55 via Cash App.
Yeah, I want to thank T this week, who brightened my day by sending $20 on Cash App. I appreciate you, T, if you're listening tonight.
All right. Handle it. Love it. Yeah. I see Robert Bush sent $21. Thank you, Robert Bush. Appreciate you via Cash App. So appreciate y'all's gifts.
Yeah,
most definitely. Wonderful. Thank y'all's generosity. And I know I appreciate y'all using us to prime that pump with.
Yeah.
You know, because I notice ultimately this is for you. You priming the pump because you're sending out those signals to the universe to let the universe know that you want that that abundance right back in your life. It's got to mirror you. So thank y'all for being letting us be that avenue for you to do that. Okay.
Most definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. And Bruce Breland gave 1999. Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks,
Definitely
Bruce.
appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you.
Yeah,
Let's see.
to see if there was any questions.
Yeah. So
says, can we talk about binaural beats? And
okay.
I'm not sure if you listen to binaural beats, Dad, but I love. Okay, yeah, I love binaural beats. Hertz music, which is basically.
Might want to explain what binaural beats is.
So from what I understand, there are solfeggio frequencies, okay, and each frequency aligns with a certain emotion or vibration. So you can listen to music that is tuned to a certain frequency that is going to vibrate your being at a certain frequency to achieve that feeling or that resonance. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to add?
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask. So what it is you usually listen to binaural beats. You're going to have on headphones because you're going to. And what it is binaural means that there's two different beats. Okay. So there's two different wavelengths that is going in each ear. All right. So two different levels of beat. So, but what they end up doing is they end up synchronizing your brain to one beat. So you're having two different things going to each side of your brain or each ear, two different sounds, but they end up syncing to one beat in your brain and making your brain vibrate on one frequency. Okay.
I wasn't aware of it from that perspective. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for breaking it down for me.
It's deep. I love it. It hadn't been something that I've done recently, but in years past, I use binaural beats all the time.
Yeah,
loved it.
Same.
Loved it.
I'm getting to the point now where I only where I get in moods where I only listen to music for the purpose of altering my vibration or using it to manifest. You know, on a daily basis. I don't just listen to music throughout the day. You know, if I'm trying to center myself in a certain vibration, that's when I use music. So depending on what I'm trying to center into, will determine what kind of music I listen to. But I love binaural beats, tuning forks, singing bowls. I've really been into singing bowl meditations or just singing bowl music here recently, as well as those tongue drums. You ever heard those tongue drums, Dad? They're
I don't think.
Cool. You'll have to look it up on YouTube, but it's called tongue drums, and they have a really soothing sound.
Okay. I'll definitely have to look that up. Most definitely. I want to thank Brenda Shambliss. Gave $25.
Thanks, Brenda.
Via Cash App. So Brenda's always giving. So always so generous. So she not only gives with cash, Brenda gives with love and affirmation, and I so appreciate that about her and our family. So it's a beautiful thing what she does. So thank you, Brenda.
Much appreciated, Brenda. Love you.
All right. Okay. So let's see. Do we have any more questions? Or is there anything you want to touch on in particular, Voice say?
Shamika J said, I just started the course and it's definitely helpful for me in my journey. Welcome to the family. Right. Glad to have you.
Welcome, Shamika. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know Shamika had asked a couple of questions, some good questions the other day. So thank you so much. Most definitely. All right. Ruben says he's priming the pump. Says this family and course will definitely change your life. Peace and love.
Thanks,
all right.
Ruben.
All right. Thank you, Ruben. Appreciate that. And that's the truth. It does. It does. It will change your life. Okay. Okay.
If you guys have any astrology questions or tarot questions or numerology questions, you know, I'm always happy to answer those. Or any questions. I haven't seen many questions yet, so feel free.
And check the private chat there, Voice. They just send a little message to you there.
Okay.
So, but anyway, let's see. When you mean hand drums, people can tap on. Let's see. I'm not sure. You mean hand drums, which people can tap on the pads? I guess he's asking
No,
that to
the
you,
tongue
Virtual.
drums, they use mallets.
They use mallets. Okay.
Yeah.
I was in Austin this weekend, and I went to see this Japanese form of drumming called takai. That is like so, man, it was so cool and so amazing. They use these big old drums and these sticks, and they just had this synchronous drumming. Man, it is so amazing. It was really cool. It was really
Yeah.
cool. So let's
What
see. Let's see. Thomas, let me see.
see,
What does Chiron represent?
Chiron. Shamika,
Chiron. Okay.
Shamika J says, what does Chiron represent? And what she's referring to is an asteroid in our birth chart that represents our wound, or the wound that we've received from our conditioning, and the wound that by bringing awareness to it, we heal ourselves as well as become the healer of that thing. So Chiron usually distorts our perception of reality based on the negative or hurtful or painful experiences that we've had in life that make us, Chiron usually makes us doubt our power or our worth or our intellectual abilities in some way, depending on what sign or house it's in. And healing Chiron is a huge key to stepping into your personal power, believing in yourself, connecting to your God self. So that's what Chiron represents. It's the
So would
wound.
you say Chiron is like it's like in a sense it's the cheat code to learn what it is that you might need to heal in this life, or what you dealt or going to deal with in this life?
Yes, yes. Based on, once again, based on your painful or traumatic experiences, Chiron basically pinpoints that and shows, okay, this is where my reality is distorted based on the experiences that I've had. And by healing these distortions, I enlighten myself, I see the light in myself, and I can emanate my light.
Okay, so that's what happens when you can figure out what that Chiron means for you. So
Right,
or what it is. So it literally helps you pinpoint where you need to heal and what you need to work on.
right, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So I think
Thanks
there's
for
a
that question.
message. Okay.
Indeed.
Ding
Thanks
ding
for
ding.
that question,
Okay.
Shamika.
All right. Let's see here.
Dad, here's one for you.
What does Amun Ra represent? Yeah, all that is just that's just a contraction of Amun and Ra, and it's two different concepts that at one point they just used them together. So you might hear let me put this into context for you of how they use that then, and in the same way that we have used that today. So Amun Ra is a way that, like today, when we were Christian, we would say, God is all. Okay, God is the Alpha and the Omega. Okay, that's one way we would say that. Or God, in the case of Amun Ra, God is mysterious and God works in mysterious ways. Okay, they also used at that time Atum Ra, which means that God is the Alpha and the Omega, okay, is the beginning and the end. So they just use those two concepts to express ideas that we express today the same way. It's just they just use different words, okay? Hope that makes sense. All right, all right, all right. Okay,
Danny
got
H, this is an astrology question. He says, I'm a Libra sun, Aries moon, and Aries rising. My Virgo is in Jupiter. How will this new moon affect me? So it's going to be in your sixth house, meaning that the themes present are going to be surrounding health, routine, getting organized, holding yourself accountable for, what you need to realize so you can continue to expand in a healthy way. And yeah, it's going to be a time for house cleaning for you, mentally and physically. I'm sorry, mentally and, well, yeah, still physically, meaning that organizing your closet will simultaneously help you organize your mind. So the things you do in the physical are also going to resonate mentally for you as well as emotionally. So time for house cleaning for you, Danny.
all right, all right. And there's
Oh, sorry,
another
Dad. Go ahead. My bad. Put it back.
another astrology question for you.
Okay. How do the planets affect us? Does it depend upon our astrology sign? So with our birth chart, okay, we all have a way that the planets were set at the exact moment of our birth. That's why it's important to have your birth time to be able to map out the planets and how they were when you're born. Okay, so you have a set map, okay, and then the planets are always constantly moving now. So your set map is affected by the way that the planets are constantly rotating. And so as the planets rotate, it affects or hits different points in your chart that catalyze different life events for us, different realizations. And as the planets move, it helps our life unfold by activating different points in our chart. So the planets are constantly affecting us. And the question I just answered before was in reference to the new moon transit. Okay, so the moon changes signs every 2 days, as well as changes phases every 2 days. And depending on what sign the moon is in, um, will affect our emotions or a certain area in our life based on where that sign is in our chart. So the planets are constantly affecting us and catalyzing energy within us. So that's how the planets affect us. It does depend on your sign and the planetary movements, but it's definitely personal and catered to each individual person in their chart.
Yeah, and that's really powerful too, because understand why, from a Kemetic perspective, why astrology works is that everything that is within us is represented in the universe. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so as above, so below. So each planet literally corresponds to different aspects of our physical body.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're born, the moment that you're born, you're imprinted with a particular vibratory essence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
the universe is singing your song. It's a symphony
Mm-hmm.
of song. Vibrationally speaking. Okay, and that's why it can be so powerful to understand your birth chart, because you can learn. It really becomes a cheat code for your life, and you learning what challenges that you're gonna have, what
Understanding
gifts you're gonna have.
understanding your personality, your psychology, the way you think about things, as well as how to step outside of just the human experience and see and learn what your soul wanted to experience in this life, and how you can live life through the perspective of your soul or emanate your authenticity. Because if our chart isn't set, so everything that we're born with, we can overcome or change or express the highest vibration of those expressions. We're not stuck in that fingerprint. We're meant to make that fingerprint or that vibration expand and evolve. Okay, so a lot of astrologers simply look at the traditional aspect or how it affects the personality or the psychology of it, but I like to look at it from the esoteric perspective of our soul and how we can express ourselves from our God perspective. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And see, and this is where people, if you don't understand what the Bible is esoterically, because Jesus and the 12 disciples, one aspect of that is your personality and the 12 challenges or 12 aspects of yourself that you're going to go through during your life.
Mhm.
So and as you're traveling through life, you're going to learn different you're going to have different experiences and learn different lessons as you travel through each house
Right.
within that
Yeah.
zodiac sign.
Yeah. And in some way, we all express every single sign. So, for instance, I'm a
Yes.
Cancer, but I have every sign in my birth chart, just like everyone watching this does as well. And depending on the area of life, okay, will tell you um, how you express that area of life based on the sign that is in that house. Okay, so I'm a Leo rising, so first house of identity. Although I'm a Cancer, my soul wants to emanate as a Leo, or um, for instance, I got Gemini in the 10th house. So in terms of the public, I have Gemini qualities, or I like to share information or teach or enlighten through communication. So we
Yes.
express every single sign in some area of life.
And see, and that's where, like, like we also have that part of us, and this is what like the story of Judas in the story of Jesus, okay, and him going to the cross. Judas represents the saboteur within all of us, okay? And that's where, again, if you understand what these stories are teaching, they're teaching aspects of us and who we are. They're not some historical event you're supposed to marvel at. You know, that's the esoteric underlying meaning of these ideas. Okay. And it's all connected. So astrology connects these ideas to you in another way today. But in ancient times, they expressed it many different ways. And the story of Jesus and the 12 disciples was another way that this idea was expressed without the math. Okay, they gave you personalities and personas. Okay, that's what's so powerful about that. Yeah. So amazing stuff.
Thanks, April. Great question, Julie. Thanks for asking, and thank you, April, for your donation. Love you so much. She said,
most
the class
definitely. Thank you, April.
Community are priceless. As are you, darling. As are you.
Absolutely. So April's one of our admins in the community. So always does great stuff. So much appreciate her, and so is Judy. Yes, so definitely appreciate that. All right.
Dad, Red Rose has a question. I'm not familiar with it. But
yeah, I'm not familiar how listen to the ether. I'm not familiar with what you mean there. I mean, and I know people use that word as like another aspect of creation, but that's not something the ancients recognized, and they were very, very precise. So I'm Red Rose. I'm sorry, I'm not. That's not something that I'm familiar with as far as the question that you're asking.
Yeah, you don't know. Love saying that.
No, I don't know. I don't know at all. I mean, I study a lot of stuff, but I study the stuff that really, one, that I'm interested in, and two, that I can help others improve and move. But there's just a lot that I don't know. I mean, it's just, I am a God, but I'm not the God. What can I say? Okay. All right. Montreal Robertson gave $19.99. Thank you, brother. Definitely appreciate you. That's family. All right. Appreciate you, Montreal. All right. Let's see here. All right.
So Eugene Dorsey says, let's say that I have Chiron and Taurus in the 10th house. I told someone else and she said it's to do with one of my parents. Taurus, when you have Chiron and Taurus, your wound, and you asked, so we about to explain that. Taurus deals with our value system, our feelings of self-worth, our feelings of being worthy of building the life that we feel that we are worthy of. Okay. And when it's in the 10th house can deal with your relationship with your father, or the paternal figure in your life, making you feel not worthy, or feeling like unless you achieve or have money or status, then you're not worthy of love or appreciation. Okay, so these are some things that can manifest with having Chiron and Taurus in the 10th house.
I can't remember where my Chiron was. Well, I'll have to look at that again. Huh?
I said I can look it up if you want to talk about it, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, you want to look at that's fine. That's fine. You can always use me as a punching bag.
Never. See, but that's what I love about my dad as well as Scorpios is they're willing to face anything. It's like, bring it on. Tell me, and I can make something better out of it, or I can grow from it, or learn from it.
Exactly.
Enlighten me.
It's all about growth. I mean, and so many people, they don't want to recognize that there is always darkness within the light. So you can be a good person, but you're going to have those dark side, those dark moments. That's just natural. Yeah. And the idea that like God is all good, that's so crazy the way Christianity wants to separate God and the devil. Like they're two different entities or something. It's stupidity and ignorance. Isaiah 45:7 says, I the Lord, I create good and I create the bad. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing it. But I create it all. I am all of that. So I have my darkness, I have my light. You cross me the wrong way as a Scorpio, I'm coming at you. I might react first before I think. I might apologize later, but you might get your ass kicked first.
In other words, do not deny your darkness.
No, it's there.
Yeah.
I'm working at it, but hey, I'm not perfect. I don't look at perfection as the ultimate state. I look at growing and becoming as the way that we should be all day, every day.
Yeah. And Dad, your Chiron is in Pisces, okay? And having Chiron in Pisces is very karmic, meaning that your lessons or wounds aren't even necessarily from well, I'm not going to say they're not from this life, but they were set up, basically kind of just orchestrated for you to evolve from, or this was set in place for you to come into who you are, because your Chiron is also conjunct Jupiter, okay, in Pisces, and Jupiter is exalted in Pisces, meaning that all the lessons or all the pain that you experience it so that you could become the healer that you are, and the healer of souls, because Pisces represents the 12th house, which represents the soul, the ether, or all that exists. Okay, so you're literally healing people's subconscious, healing people's souls and spirits, and with Jupiter being conjunct that, you are an enricher of the soul. Okay, so your Chiron is directly connected to forming your beliefs, and experiencing and expressing the truth of the soul. And just like you just said, perfection is an illusion, and we are perfect as we are. Okay, our light and our dark is beautiful. So everything
we are perfectly becoming.
Yes, exactly. So everything you just expressed is the healed perspective of your Chiron. So congratulations.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Woohoo! Well, in other words, another way I would say that, I've had my ass kicked left and right, but I learned from it.
Yes. And not only did he learn from it, the things that he learned and empowered himself with, he is now empowering others. So
thank you.
Definitely practices what they teach.
There you go. Absolutely, positively. I live it. I live it. And ain't no faking and shaking here. So, I tell people all the time, if you come here to like look for this perfect person to follow or whatever, you got the wrong dude. Don't follow me.
Yeah. Okay? Follow yourself.
Follow yourself. All I do is light a path. I put a light for you to say, hey, look, this is a place that you can go. You can choose it or not. But do not follow me because you think I am the example of something that's perfect. Because I'm not. I'll disappoint you, and I am not afraid to disappoint you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's something I had to learn. I was afraid of disappointing people, but
I used to be, but I learned about it. But I learned that shit hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to live in somebody else's box of expectations.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was Muhammad Ali who said, I'm gonna be the people's champ the way I want to be, not the way you want me to be. So
hello.
Yeah.
All day long. All day long.
Here's
all right.
A question.
Great question. Great question. Is there a difference between Egypt and Kemet and when it comes to the teachings? No, actually, Big Payback Porter. So that is a great question that you asked, because a lot of people don't know that. I use Egypt and Kemet interchangeably because Kemet is actually the older version of Egypt. So Egypt came out of Kemet, but all the stuff that Egypt teaches or learned or whatever is Kemetic. Okay, so that's a great question. So Egypt and Kemetic is the same. Now, as you go further back in history, Egypt was African and a Black African place, and the name Kemet actually meant black land or black soil or black. Okay, so that's where that term comes from. But Egypt and Kemet are one and the same, so I use those interchangeably all the time. Okay, great question, and thank you for asking that, because that clarifies things for a lot of people, because they'll hear me say Egypt and then Kemet. They'll be like, why are you talking about two different places? I'm not talking about the same place. So Egypt was within the land of Kemet. Okay. All right. Thank you. Great question. Great question.
What does it mean to have deja vu moments or premonitions? And I think that goes
They're
into
actually two different things.
you
Go
said
ahead.
they're asking to. I was going to say that goes into what you were saying at the beginning of the live in terms of being able to see into different moments of
Yes.
existence. So everything exists now. So if you're experiencing deja vu, that means you had already seen it before, or it wasn't in your current 3D reality at the moment when you saw it, but then you experience it and you're like, oh, I've seen or experienced this before, but maybe not in the physical form. So that's deja vu.
Yeah, and what's happening practically, deja vu means that you've literally jumped timelines.
Mm,
So you were on one timeline before, and now you jump to another one, and that intersection is what you recognize as deja vu. Oh, I've been here before.
yeah. And
Okay.
for me, my deja vus are vivid to the point that I can see myself on both ends of the deja vu. Where's the camera? I'm being like you did. I can see both ends of myself. So I can see myself when I saw it the first time, and when I saw myself experiencing it, and I can look back on myself as I'm experiencing it and remember where I was when I saw
Yeah.
it first. So
Yeah.
it's literally
And
like
that's
a
powerful.
smooth, connection for me.
Yeah. And that happens when that is happening, it means that you're literally starting to change who you are. So
Mm.
you start to jump timelines to basically merge with the consciousness that you're going to become.
That is so accurate because when I do it, I feel my deja vus don't just come with a vision. I can feel the feeling that I'm feeling, what's going on around me at that time, the thoughts that I be thinking. And
Yep.
it's always a milestone for me, like, okay, I'm here now. Or I saw this, now I'm in this reality. That's exactly how it feels, Dad.
Y'all are getting some gems, and I hope y'all paying attention.
Yeah.
Y'all
And
getting some
it's so
gems.
cool. It's so cool. Every time it happens to me, it's like, wow, like I'm interdimensional AF. This is so
Yes.
fun.
So I'm what we're giving you is these gems to let you know how you as a soul experience this life. You still perceive as a soul. It's not something that's separate from you that you can perceive when you die. It happens now. The soul is always perceiving. But that subtle stuff like deja vu, you'll just pass off like, seems like I've been here. Oh, I must have dreamed that.
Yeah.
No, you just experienced it before. All that's happening around you, you've been in that experience once before, and you just intersected with it again. But now you are moving to a whole nother reality. Is what's
Hmm.
happening. Woo-wee!
Yeah. Some good stuff right there.
Man.
Ava Cotton says, do you teach astrology? So I haven't developed a course yet, like on Kajabi, although Dad has urged me to on multiple occasions. On multiple occasions, I do credit him for that.
I love my daughter, y'all. She
Yes.
just gonna do what she gonna do. So I just let her handle it, and she gonna handle it. So
Look,
what can I say? I'm just
we
daddy.
gonna get there. We gonna get there. So I don't offer a course on Kajabi, but if you're interested in learning astrology from me one-on-one or personally, feel free to visit my website, which is scrolling on the ticker right now at www.vovibes.com, and we can get you started. So yes.
All right. Yes. So one day she's gonna get that class going.
We getting there. We're gonna get there. You know, okay. Divine timing.
There you go. All right. Quincy says, what's up, KCL? Chiron and Scorpio meaning interpretation. Good stuff. All right. That was some good stuff, wasn't it, Quincy?
Yeah. So Chiron and Scorpio, do you know what house it's in by chance? Okay, but Chiron and Scorpio ultimately deals with intimacy and the ability to connect and being wounded in terms of connection, maybe experiencing things like betrayal. Chiron and Scorpio is very dark because it deals with wounds in terms of psychology as well as sexuality or feeling abused or disempowered in ways through things of manipulation or control or betrayal, something being taken from you. People with Chiron and Scorpio, I've in my readings, a lot of them have experienced some sort of sexual trauma or physical abuse in ways. And just really their wound is in terms of connecting and having to heal those wounds, and go from feeling disempowered to learning how to empower themselves and learning that vulnerability and intimacy is actually something beautiful instead of something painful, which they've been conditioned to believe based off of their experiences. So that's a summary of Chiron and Scorpio, and depending on what house, you can go deeper into the type of experiences.
All right, come see her, Quincy. Come see her. She can do that. She can help you just flesh all of that out.
Yeah,
it's worth it. When you talk about a birth chart, it is a cheat code for life. I'm telling you, cheat code for your life. It'll help you to get over or miss a lot of those bumps. Don't be like Scorpio me. Well, hard head. It's just,
all those lessons were necessary for you to get here. So even I find that people, even in doing birth chart readings, I'm shining a light on things that you might have had inklings on, or a subconscious knowing, but no one was ever able to put it into words, or to help you understand why you think that way, or why you are the way you are. And when it's validated from someone outside of you, not saying that you need that validation, but it enlightens you because you feel seen, you feel understood, you feel like, you know what, there isn't anything wrong with me. This is simply who I am, and this is how I can capitalize on who I am and all that I am. So
you know what I like about astrology?
What?
Is it allowed me to look at me without being me.
I love that. Yeah.
It allowed me to objectively analyze something about me without being me. I could step out my side and look at myself. It is one way that I use that.
I like that. I like the way you put that, for sure.
Okay, let's see. Brenda says, is the esoteric meaning of honoring your father and mother, your conscious ego, and your subconscious spirit? That could be. Absolutely. You could use it that way. It could also be honoring the masculine and feminine, which is the same thing. Okay, Brenda. So what is it? What scripture is it? I forget which one it is. It says, honor thy father and mother, and you live longer all the days of your life. Ephesians 6:6 and something. But that scripture is so nonsensical to me when you try to express it in honor your mother and father, and you'll live long on the days of the earth. And it's like, what does honoring your mother and father have to do with your lifespan on earth? I mean, it's a nice idea that you do honor your parents, absolutely. But practically speaking, how does that impact your life? Unless you think God will say, hey, you honor your mother and father and I won't kill your ass. But when you're talking about honoring your masculine and feminine, which is honoring your inner and your outer, and you live longer, you live in balance, then yes, you can live longer in the days of this earth. Okay? That makes more sense to me from an esoteric perspective. So yeah, Brenda, you're on point with that. All right.
Big Payback Porter says, what are all these houses you speak of? I'm 0402. Well, houses in astrology. So if you look at an astrological birth chart, it's divided into 12 slices. I like to call them slices because it looks like a slice, but the slices are
like cut up into 12 pieces of a pie.
Yes. And the 12 houses represent the 12 zodiac signs. Okay. And depending on your rising sign, marks what sign is in what house. But each house represents a specific theme and area of human existence. For example, the first house is the house of identity, which shows you how you express your identity. The second house is your values, your morals. the house of material gain. The third house is the house of communication, which tells you how you communicate, coupled with your Mercury. The fourth house is emotions, home, and so forth. So we just go around the wheel of human existence, expanding on these themes of life and gaining deeper understanding on these themes of life based on the signs that are in each house for us. Okay, and it's different for everyone depending on what time you were born. This marks what signs are in what houses for you. Okay.
And then in the Bible, Jesus says, "In my Father's house there are many mansions." Okay, and all it is a reference to an astrological chart. Okay, or in this case, really our personality as we develop, as we go through life. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. So deep stuff. So what can a numerology reading tell you that an astrology chart can't?
Great question, Sharmika. She come with the great questions today. Okay, so the difference between astrology and numerology. First of all, both are reading codes. Okay, so the numerology reading reads the codes of your birthday as well as your first, middle, and last name. Okay, and what numerology tells you that your birth chart doesn't is numerology breaks down your life in spring, summer, fall, and winter phases. Okay, and it can tell you based on the number of that phase what energy is over your life or what energies you are learning from in that phase of your life, and it can really spell out your evolution in terms of energy, and as you age, because it's
you go through phases and cycles.
Right. You go through cycles, and then you learn, you have challenges within those cycles and pinnacles within those cycles. So the challenges tells you, okay, this is what you're going to come up against. And then the pinnacles is like, this is what you learn and gain from overcoming those challenges. Okay. So numerology really spells it out. And it breaks it down in terms of a game plan. It gets very specific. Okay, this is what you're working on now. This is what you have to gain right now. Okay, and astrology is overall.
And they can also tell you what you're getting ready to go through too, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it can forecast for you.
Exactly.
So the energy and cycles that you're about to go through. So you basically you get a numerology reading. Like a lot of people, she asked for your birthday on a astrological chart. But a numerology reading, you don't have to have a birthday. So somebody that doesn't know their birthday or their birth time.
Yeah.
Somebody that doesn't know their birth time, a numerology is a great resource.
Yes.
Numerology reading.
Definitely. And thanks for saying that, Dad, because a lot of people do not know their birth time, but that doesn't mean that you can't get answers or codes into your life, because numerology is just as enlightening as astrology. Both are amazing, what's it called? Not mediums, modalities of spirit. Okay, so one is not better than the other. Both have amazing, enlightening information into your life. And one, having studied my numerology chart and my birth chart, they both correlate. So they really match, and it's so cool. It's really amazing how that works.
No, and I found it, for me, it was helpful to have a numerology reading because I could actually see the phases. It verified phases that I went through, and it gave me confidence to look at the phases that I'm about to go through or the challenges that I'm about to have. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. So that's how it can be helpful. So if you don't know your birth time, that's cool. A numerology chart reading can be just as powerful.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. All right. Well, looks like it's about that time.
Yes, indeed. Man, once again, that went by so fast.
It did. Like whoosh. Elsie, when we're having fun, it just goes whoosh.
We are
because we're doing what we do. We're living our soul's purpose.
Yes, I enjoyed this so much, you guys. Thank you so much for your amazing questions. High vibrational energy, per usual.
Yes, thank you. And for my moderators that were here, so Ra, the creator, and Dark Goddess, thank you so very much for being here. Yes. Appreciate you guys' consistency, and all you guys that prime the pump tonight and use us as the vehicle to do that. We thank you.
Thank you so
very much. As always. All right. And don't let this be the only time. So y'all keep doing that. Keep signaling to the universe. It doesn't have to be a gift to us. It doesn't have to be money. It can be anything that you, whatever it is that you want to receive back, you have to show the universe what it is that you want. You got to signal. You have to give a little. If you want love, you might have to just smile at a guy or a woman that you're walking by.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them a smile, just as a gift. That's you just smile at them for the day and just keep it moving.
You want to see. Yeah.
Yep. And that signals to the universe, hey, wait a minute, this person wants some love. Let me find this, beautiful human being to reflect back to them who they are.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Yes. All right. Nat A is going out strong, says priming the pump. Appreciate you, Nat A. Says he's got to rewatch. You do that, Nat. Appreciate you.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Nat. And Justin asks, what's her channel? You can find me at Vo Vibes on all major platforms. So my YouTube channel is also Vo Vibes. So I'll be posting some videos on there here shortly. So head on over to my channel.
All right. Thank you, daughter.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
you.
Thank you, Daddy.
Great tonight, as usual. Thank you so much
for having me. Love you to pieces, and see you next Wednesday.
All right, baby girl. Hey, y'all have a good one, guys. Y'all have a good night, and see y'all next week.
Good night, everyone.